Hello, good evening, everybody. Morning, daytime, replay, whatever time you're watching, hello and good evening. My name is Anne-Marie. I'm the hashtag Gratitude Queen, a positivity clinical hypnotherapist and a confidence coach. And really, my aim is for you to, oh, Alfie, you're back. Thank you. Look, I'm changed and I'm ready to enjoy a wonderful hour with you, celebrating our fabulous guest this evening. His name is Santella the Truth Austin. And I'm really excited about him coming on this evening because, hello, everybody. Wow, I'm very impressed that everybody is super on time. Has the news of this fabulous guest that I have this evening, Santella the Truth Austin, spread so far and wide that you've all come to see him? Fabulous. He's going to be so excited. Ah, thank you, Althea. I did make a little bit extra effort because you all caught me slumming it today. If you tuned in this afternoon when I was doing my practice, it was very funny. We did have fun. But, you know, the whole point, I actually did post it as well because one of the things I wanted to show people that are thinking for themselves, I really want to start doing Facebook Lives. I really want to spread my message. I've got something fantastic to share with everybody, but I'm a little bit nervous. Are you feeling like that? Have you got a story that you want to share with people? Have you got a business that you want to start promoting? Hello there, good evening. If you have and you're feeling a little bit nervous and you are lacking confidence, I can help you out. I can give you a really big boost. If you go onto my page, which is Anne-Marie Wickham, obviously, and you look back at the last Facebook Live I did, it is hilarious. It will show you if anything can go wrong, this is what can go wrong, and it will make you feel fantastic at the end of it. It will make you think, you know what, if she can mess up so badly and still come on the same evening, then I can do it too. And that's exactly what, good evening, Sarah. And that's exactly why I posted it. I want you to be able to know that, hey, making mistakes is all part of the process and it can be fun too. Yet you'll see me, I'm wearing Blues Brother hats, I'm wearing sunglasses, I'm doing horror faces because I think, you know what, we were trying to get something right. Oh no, I'm not allowed to use the word trying. I've been speaking to my coach today. I actually have a coach. Do you have a coach? Are you working with somebody to make you the better version of you? You should be, because you only get one life. And if you don't get shown how to live it in the best way possible, you're not doing yourself a favour, you're not doing your creator a favour. You were put here for a reason and you should be rising to that reason every single day. So I'm looking for my lovely Farida. Thank you for watching. I hope you got my message earlier on. Bless you. And we've got Josine. How are you? Santella Austin is here. No. He is not a WWF champion. He is a man on a mission to share joy and happiness. He's got a fantastic... Hi, Anne-Marie Stefanik. We met many years ago. You probably don't even remember how you know me, but I do. Santella Austin is here and he has a fabulous story to share. And I really want you to be inspired by this gentleman when you hear his story. Most importantly, if you hear something that gets your mind working and makes you think that you could do, comment in the box below. Interact with him. He wants you to ask him questions. He wants you to be inspired by him, as do I. So without further ado, I've lost my voice a little bit this evening because I've been talking so much. Hey, Chris, I'm coming to see you on Friday. My son is driving me all the way down to see you. I'm really excited. So yeah, without further ado, we are now, listen carefully. We have tried this about 5 times today. We have really tried hard to get this right. So please bear with us. If we cannot instantly connect, then just bear with us because we will get there, because that's what we do. We fail so that we can succeed. Good evening, Leanne, the beautiful Leanne. So I'm going to bring my friend on here, Belinda. Good evening, Belinda. Nice to see you, Belinda. Let's get our super guest on this evening. Here he is. And he knows what to do. We are just waiting patiently for him. And so good to see some new viewers this evening. So good to see people that I haven't seen before. And I welcome you all. Althea, I know you've got your fingers crossed there in your front room thinking, oh my gosh, I saw it was so painful this afternoon watching Anne-Marie and Santella try to get this right. I really, really hope we have, because we did exactly as what we planned this afternoon when no one was looking. And so he should be joining me any second now. He knows what to do. Let me just check that he got that right. Yeah, the invitation's been sent. And I waited until we were on, just like you said. And now he just needs to accept it. I showed him the picture as well, Althea. I did show him the picture. But ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting for Santella, I want to have a conversation with you about a coach, right? I don't know if you have your own life coach. I don't know if you feel you need your own life coach, but I do have one. And I spoke with him this afternoon because I've been writing a chapter on challenging your self-talk. Do you have self-talk? You know that, good evening, Vicky. Lovely to see you, Vicky. And happy birthday to your lovely little girl she had the other day. That limiting self-talk that stops you being the very best version of you. Emma Jane. Hello, good evening, Emma Jane. We're waiting for Santella. He should be coming on. Honestly, it will happen. But whilst we're waiting, so I wrote this blog, this article today. I posted it on LinkedIn about changing your limiting self-talk. You know, that self-talk that stops you doing whatever you want to do, that limiting self-talk that stops you from losing weight, that limiting self-talk that stops you from going for the job that you want, that limiting self-talk that stops you from getting the relationship you want. All of that limiting talk that says, oh, just leave it as it is. Why are you even bothering about it? Just, you're happy as you are, right? It's not too bad. Better the devil you know. All that kind of limiting self-talk which keeps you stuck where you are. Good evening, Dan. We are back. We are doing it much better than what we did it this afternoon. We know you were there. Shh. So, there are some words that I really want you to eradicate from your vocabulary, because these words are really, they really enable your self-talk, and I want you to disable your limiting self-talk. And so, if you use these words, I want you to realise how disempowering they are for you. Okay? And don't forget to interact and engage with me and give me some feedback. The first one of those words is should. Should is such a limiting word. Should says that there was something that you wanted to do, but already by the fact that you said should tells you didn't do it. So if you know you didn't do it anyway, why even talk about it? Why even mention the should? It didn't happen. And it makes you feel a failure every time you use that word. Oh, I should have done that. In other words, you're saying to yourself, you're a failure and you didn't do it. Don't use the word should. It's not good for you. The next word that you should stop using in your vocabulary, which is what my coach told me today, and I thought this was a really, really good one. Excuse me. Every week, I have to have a Skype conversation with him and tell him my successes and things that I'm doing really well. And I said to him, not seeing anything yet, Santella. Santella, the fella. I can't even see you up there in my little circle. Remember we talked about you being up there in the circle. Oh dear. Excuse me, I have got a cold. Please excuse me making those awful noises. I'm just going to check for Santella. Okay, so Santella, it has been sent to you. Oh gosh, lots of people want to talk to me when they know I'm doing a live. Please talk to me afterwards. You need to have a look and see where it is, because the invitation has been sent to you and I sent it whilst I was on the live. So the second word that I want you to eradicate from your vocabulary is, he said, Anne-Marie, how have you been getting on this week? I said, well, I've done okay. I said, I have been trying to finish the work that you sent me. He said, I don't want to hear try. There is no such word as try. And I said, you know what I mean? I have been doing it, but I've been trying. But he said, no. He said, all right, Anne-Marie, I want you to do something for me. I said, yeah. He said, try and stand up. So I stood up. And he said, what are you doing? I told you to try and stand up. And I said, I did. He said, but that's standing up. You're either standing up or you're sitting down. You're not trying, are you? Because there's no such... And I got what he said. That word try means that I didn't really do it. I didn't really work hard enough on what I was supposed to do. That word try just enables you to sidestep actually finishing what you were supposed to do. It's an opt-out clause, isn't it? Try. It almost says to the person that you've given that promise to, I'm not really going to do it that well, so I'm going to say try up front so that you don't expect too much from me. Isn't that right? There is no such word as try. And did you know there's actually, don't quote me on this, and you can look it up and somebody's probably going to come back and tell me, but there is actually a language, and I think it's Chinese, where they don't actually have an equivalent because they don't believe, yeah, it probably would be Chinese. They're very, very rigid people. They do believe in strong discipline, so that's probably the language. So eradicate the word try from your dictionary. It's meaningless, it's pointless, and it's debilitating. The next word, good evening, Amber. Oh, lovely. Amber Nasher Apple Toner. Wow! That is the longest name I've ever heard, but also the prettiest longest name I've ever heard. So well done, Amber Nasher Apple Toner. It's almost like a song. Amber Nasher Apple Toner, Amber Nasher. Sorry, I just really like that, Amber. Thank you. The next word that I want you to eradicate from your vocabulary is but. I am a life coach. I work with my clients and I actually only allow them for the very first 2 sessions to use the word but. After that time, they are not allowed to use the word but because but is another opt-out. I really do want to change but. But annihilates the beginning of the sentence. Doesn't matter how empowering the sentence that you use. If you follow it with a but, you might as well not have spoken because you're just pretending that you can do it or pretending that you really want to do it. But actually, I'm going to give myself a get out clause by saying but. If you weren't allowed to use the word but, what would you use? And I don't mean, you know what I mean by that. So that's another word that I think you should eradicate because it doesn't do you any favours. What's my last one? If you want more information on what I'm talking about today, I have actually written a whole blog on this and it is on my LinkedIn page. But those are the ones that I think should, but, and try. This is one that I know we all say, and it's really, really, it's like a chain around you. The words I have to, right? What you need to recognise is you don't have to do anything. You don't, do you? There is no one standing over you oppressively saying to you, you have to do this. It's you that tells you what you need to do. So in order for you not to make it so painful by telling yourself, oh, I have to, why don't you just replace the words I have to with I choose to? Because it absolutely is your choice whether you choose to or not. Good evening, Hilda. It's really nice for you to join us this evening. And Neil, I did see you up there. I'm going to give you a little wave. How is your hypnotherapy course going? Neil has just been studying to be a hypnotherapist. As you know, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. And I wonder how enlightening you are finding and how empowering you are finding it for your coaching practice. Perhaps you can let me know an update on how your studies are going. So those are the words that for this week, I just want you to practice and see how much more empowered you feel when you don't use those words in your vocabulary. Because I'll tell you what, they will make you take far more action than what you have previously taken if you eradicate those words. So that was my subject, talking about self-talk. My lovely Santella, I'm actually going to check because I hope he hasn't given up. We tried. I'm not allowed to use try. We endeavoured this afternoon to make this happen for everybody this evening. I can't even tell you. We went off, we came on, we went off, we came on. We tried it with the computer. We tried so many ways. Good evening, Julia. And for everybody that doesn't know Julia, are you loving my hair this evening? I don't usually ask you things like that, but that's because Julia is my hairdresser and she does an absolutely amazing job. Really, really. She's one of those hairdressers that you'd like because she doesn't let you do anything that you want to do. Don't we all need like someone like that in our life? You know, the friend that you say to your friend, oh, I really want to wear this size 12 dress when I really know I'm a 14. And she says, no, it's not a good idea because it's going to make you look absolutely hideous. We don't have, well, really good friends tell you that. That's what Julia's like. I'll say, Julia, please can I do something else to my hair? Put some more blonde in it. She says no because it will fall out. And I don't really like her when she says it, but I'm glad that she says it because it actually makes me recognise that she knows far more about my hair than I do. And that's the kind of people that we need to have in our life. People that empower us by sometimes saying no. We were talking about this last night about parenting, weren't we? And the best kind of parenting is when you can actually learn to use the word no in a powerfully assertive sentence. Now, I don't know if Santella's going to come back and join it. Oh, look, Santella's here. He said he's still trying. Santella, when I can see you up on my right-hand screen in the circle, I can just press on it and I can bring you in like that. Now, I'll tell you who I can see up there, because I'm going to say a lovely good evening to them. Josine, looking fabulous, just coming back from India. How do you do it, my darling? I'm so in awe of your wonderful speaking talents and how you jet around the world. It's something that I aspire to be. Hello, Robert. Good evening. Sorry about my voice. It's a bit croaky. I want to say a big thank you to all of your contributions to my lives, Robert. And I hope at some point you can direct message me and we can have a conversation. You really are quite empowering and really insightful, and you offer a lot of wisdom. So I'm really grateful for that. We've got a very, very debonair, handsome gentleman, third row along. I'm not quite sure who you are, so please do say hello. Technical challenges. I've got no technical challenges. Good evening, Jackie. How are you, my lovely? I do have some technical Good evening, Leah George. How are you? I do have some technical challenges this evening. I'm waiting for my wonderful, inspiring guest, Santella, the Truth Austin, but we can't get him on. And we've tried so hard already today, but we're going to keep going with it because he will come on at some point. I'm wondering who that gentleman in the fourth circle is, looking so debonair. I've got the lovely Sarah who was on last night with her powerful family. Her powerful family, the Burls, Ben, Amy and Harry. They are going to be absolute superstars. Hopefully they're going to be in government because they are very kind, loving, caring children. That's what we need for the future leaders of our country, don't we? Don't we just? And then we've got Slinky Althea. Althea is my partner in crime. When myself and Althea go to meet Robert De Niro. Oh, did I name drop again? Oh, please stop it, Anne-Marie. Yeah, I did. Myself and Althea are going to meet Robert De Niro next, the 27th of November. And we are so excited. We've just been comparing dress tips today. Ladies, gentlemen, if there's any burning questions that you have that you would like me to ask Robert De Niro, or Bob, as me and Althea call him. Didn't sound right, does it? Bob De Niro. If you have any burning questions, woohoo, she said, please do comment in the box below. If you want to know, did he really do the boxing in Raging Bull? I'm sure some of you are probably too young to remember who he is. But he's a very prolific Italian actor. He, yeah, we're going to be dancing with him, we are. He starred in, do you know the Godfather films? Yes? Do you? Come on, you must have heard of the Godfather films. He's in all three of those. He's the starring person. He's not Don Corleone, because that's Marlon Brando. He is... It's gone. I need to get that before I speak to him, just in case he quizzes me. What other? Raging Bull, Cape Fear, come on, really famous Robert De Niro films. Come on, help me out here, please. Oh gosh, wow. I don't really remember the Godfather ones. Let's have a look and see if anybody's helping us out. No one's helping me out here. Come on, somebody help. Robert Brooker. I know you know all. I know you because Robert is actually has so much knowledge. I know. Have finally made it in here. Bless you, Robert. Now tell me the films that Robert De Niro starred in. Greetings to you, Robert, because I need to let the other wonderful guests know. We were actually talking about limiting self-talk, and I know, Robert, Awakening. Very good, Santella Austin. Why can't I see you in my little corner? The Awakening. That was a fantastic film. That's what he plays. Very sinister, dark characters that you either... You want to hate him, but he's also very compelling, and you want to be on his side as well. Heat! Oh my gosh, is that with Catherine? Oh my God, you know the one who's got a very deep voice. Catherine, I'm sure that's Heat. Catherine, oh, what's her name? Very good-looking lady in her early years, but then she got really, yeah. Hi Althea, Sarah, Santella, Hilda, and Mohammed. Robert saying a big hi to everybody. Thank you. Wow. How could I overlook Taxi Driver? I think that was the film that made him, that he starred in with Jodie Foster. That was probably her debut. She starred as a young prostitute. That was a brilliant... Oh, come on, Althea Blake, thank you. Goodfellas, Casino. He's actually quite prolific, isn't he? And we're going to be standing next to him. And I'm going to be rubbing shoulders with him. Anyway, sorry, don't sidetrack me. I'm really excited about that. Limiting self-talk. Okay, here's some limited... Please, comment in the box below and tell me. I found that one particularly disturbing. Which one, Robert? Hi, Robert. Hi, Robert. Everyone's saying hi to you, Robert. That's lovely. Goodfellas. He was quite good in Goodfellas. He wasn't the starring role in Goodfellas. Casino was absolutely perfect, wasn't it? But tell me, because we are going to meet him. And my limiting self-talk, I want to say to him, oh, hi, I'm going to look up his history. And we all have overcome some adversity, right? We all have in our lifetime. So I want to find an article that says maybe he suffered with anxiety, or maybe, not because I want him to, but because I want to find what his Achilles heel is. And then I'm going to go to him and I say, look, Robert, I heard, or I did some research on you, and I understand that you had a fear of flying once. And if ever you have a fear of anything, here's my card. Why don't we hook up? I'm in LA in March, so maybe it's another opportunity for us to chat about your XXXXX. Now, the brave part of me says I'm going to do that. But the limiting belief says he's not going to want to talk to you. Who are you to even dare to stand next to Robert De Niro, let alone have a conversation with him? Do you see what I mean? That's your limiting self-talk. Because I'm human, he's human. Why wouldn't he want to talk to me? Why wouldn't he want to talk to me? What limiting beliefs or what limiting self-talk do you listen to that stops you from putting yourself forward? That keeps you stuck? Did you hear Sarah's little boy last night, Ben? Absolutely amazing. The one question that I asked him that I didn't get to ask live on air, listen to this, please, people, listen to this. I asked him one question. We're coming to the end of our sessions, our early years achiever sessions, okay? He's had 5, he's got 1 more to go, which we're going to do as a family. And it's powerful, assertive talk. That's the session I'm going to do with Sarah's family in 2 weeks' time. But one of the questions I asked him as an exit interview, because you do that when you've worked with somebody, right? I asked him, Ben, what keeps you stuck? Right? And I'm asking you this same question. What keeps you stuck? Because that's a limiting belief, right? Do you know what Ben's answer was? 6 years old, finished a course of empowering confidence and hypnotherapy treatment. His answer was, I haven't, well, this is exactly what he said. I'm as free as a bird. I'm as free as a bird. He doesn't have any limiting beliefs because he overcame them, because he was brave enough to. And I put it to you, what sentence goes around in your head? What is it that keeps you stuck where you are, not being able to overcome that limiting belief? What is it? Because I've given you some words tonight that you can eradicate from your vocabulary, which will really empower you to step forward. Because our power comes, you know, the thing is with limiting words and limiting behaviours, they're actually a get out clause. They stop you from being brave. When you use words like but and should, you're stepping away from your responsibility for yourself. You're stepping away from your accountability for who you are. You're saying, oh yeah, I really would be that person, but, and all of a sudden the power shifts from you to that word, that one small word. Your power's gone when you utter that word. And so let me just have a look here and see if anybody's sharing their limiting language with me. My voice is so sore. I felt, yeah, Robert, I'm absolutely really honoured that you felt compelled to share your limiting beliefs yesterday. I really was honoured, and I did respond back to it. I think it's amazing the way that you're challenging yourself right now, the way that you're being uncomfortable with, you're being comfortable with being uncomfortable, and you are really challenging yourself. I have the ultimate respect for you because I know how difficult that is. The older we get, the more complacent and comfortable we get with the lives that we've fallen into. But you know what? This is the time more than ever to challenge complacency, to challenge having just a small part of what you deserve, because we're here for a short time, not a long time, and it should be a really, really good time. So you just start challenging it, and that's what you started. So, hello, beautiful Marcia. You know, I've got terrible eyesight, but I don't even need to see because I know that profile. Look, it's that. That's my Marcia. I'm so pleased to see you, darling. I've missed you. Jade, good evening, Jade. How are you, Jade? Jade looking wonderful. Good evening, Ruth. Wow, long time no see, Ruth. How are you? And how's James and how's the family? How lovely for you to be here this evening. Thank you. Robert was talking about his limiting beliefs yesterday. And there were quite a few, but he was overcoming them. And what I really liked about what Robert said yesterday, he said it in the chat that we had yesterday. He said he recognises his limiting beliefs, but better than that, he's challenging them. And he actually challenged the person who was giving him that limiting belief, that oppressive language. He challenged them, which is brilliant because he recognised it and challenged it. Fumi, hello, Fumi, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Old Bob will be privileged to rub shoulders with us. Thank you, Althea. That's the mindset that we need to have. That, you know, he is only human. He's had his day. And me and you, Althea, we're stepping into our day. I love that. Thank you. Mohammed said, check your PM, Anne-Marie, during after this live. Thank you, Mohammed. How are you? I will check my live. Thank you very much. Marcia Gorgeous Lorraine Finn is watching. I love Marcia Gorgeous Lorraine Finn. Right, Santella, I am going to send you another invite. Look at all our lovely people. They're all waiting to speak to you, my gorgeous Santella. And I tell you what, Santella the fella has really got an empowering story. So I'm really going to try and get him on again. I can't give him an invite. Now, I don't know why. See, look, I can add all these people, but I can't add the lovely... Why is that? Are you able to send me another invite? I can't send you another invite. I don't know why. And I don't know why I can't see you in the circle up above. This is what's really troubling me. Did you see that picture that I sent you earlier on, what Althea sent me? Thank you, Althea, of what it should look like when I invite you. I tell you what, maybe if you come out of the live and then come back on, I'll be able to see you. Because it might cancel it out. Try that, Santella. Your lovely people are waiting here for you. They might even start sending some questions for you. Who's that that's just come in? I can see 2 twin people in a picture. And they've gone right to the front. Who is that 3 people in a profile picture? Please state your name and your purpose. Okay, so... Oh, Lorraine, Marcia says, good evening, ma'am. I love ma'am. When we lived in Germany and my children were growing up, my little Jason, because we were around so many Americans, Jason grew up saying, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And I loved it. Isn't it cute when you hear little children, yes, ma'am? Such a sign of respect. He doesn't say that anymore. Yes. So Robert says, that's right. Just to be sure... Robert, you're an American, right? I bet you say ma'am all the time. I'd love to hear you one time. We're going to have a messenger chat so that I can hear your accent because I do like that American accent. That's right. Just to be sure to respect that. As a well-known celebrity, there will undoubtedly be... Oh, what's he saying? He's giving me a word of warning here. There will undoubtedly be... Oh, wow, this is a... That as a well-known celebrity, there will undoubtedly be certain privacy boundaries he wouldn't wish to cross. What these consist of is up to him, of course. Ooh. Perhaps when you meet him, do the very best you can to demonstrate gratitude for his work. And now that I know all the films that you've given me, thank you, Robert. A little insider tip for meeting celebrities. Wow. And for the personal sacrifices he gave to become as talented as he is. Wow. That's actually really, that's quite huge to say... Robert, thank you for the sacrifices you made to bring yourself to the stage so that we could all enjoy you. I like that, Robert. I think he's going to like that. Hello, Jason Wickham. You can come down. You can come say hello to me. Right. Soitira Pilakos. That's a new name that I've not seen before. Very privileged for you to join us. Thank you very much. Mohammed's giving me a big smile. Mohammed Katab is watching. Good evening. This is the man with the three people in his profile. Perhaps it's your family. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Santella Austin. Yep, he's going to go out and he's going to come back again. Super duper. Lol, Santella the fella. Listen, I know it's a little bit cheeky, but I did make up a little verse for him. It was Santella the fella with the skin like Nutella. Sorry, silly, but lovely, chocolatey. Yeah, I thought that was cute. And today he made me laugh today, because you've all done this, right? You've all done these lives, and you know how tiny those little pictures are up there. Like, I can't see you all really clearly. And a guy came up, and I thought it was Nutella. I thought it was Santella, and I said, "Oh, Santella, you're there." And he said, "No, it's not me." And then I looked, and it was Fitzroy. And Santella says to me, "Oh, Anne Marie, you're so racist." I'm like, "I'm not racist. I can't even. Them pictures are so small. How am I supposed to? I couldn't tell whether you was black or white or green or an alien." To be fair, you can't even see those pictures too good. There are people up there that I really still can't work out. Right, Santella, can you ask to be part? Very good, Sarah. Now, I think Santella is actually gone off and he's going to come back in. You know, you are the queen of Ibini. See, you know these things. Look, up there I can see Sarah and Althea and somebody. Oh, look, there's May. There is a way that you come on and you make your green light be on. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. Yeah.
I told you, you have to add him here.
Yeah, I have done that, Jason. Look at Jason telling me what to do. I've done all of those things. And I know if I was to press any one of those circles with the green dot in, that you could come in. I know that. But I don't know what it is to tell Santella to do it. Anyway, what other... is Santella trying to connect via mobile or laptop? Definitely mobile. We did sort that out this afternoon, definitely. Robert, that was not behaviour typical in any way of my mother. She is highly intelligent, highly accomplished. Or Robert, let's not... Listen, me and you can have that conversation afterwards. I am Canadian, but with an American accent. Oh, I love that. I've got a new friend. Her name's Patricia. She's coming on alive. She is the bum diggity, I'm telling you. Did I tell you this? I don't think I shared this with you, everybody. I got an invitation and it was on Facebook. She wanted me to come and speak live, live at the Ultimate Entrepreneurs event. Guess where it was? Guess. It was in Miami, Florida. She wanted me to come and speak at her event. Oh, it's like, oh my gosh, if only. And then she saw where I lived and she said, oh, no, I don't think so. But I said to her, don't be so hasty. You know, I might be able to get the train fare together. I know it's a plane. But I might win one. You never know. Powers of attraction. I'm going to be working on that. Mohammed Bilal. Oh, he says, I love my American accent. British one is like stones in one box. Stones in one box. I've never heard my British accent described as stones in one box. Cheeky. He said it's too fast. Yeah, we do get accused of that, don't we, my fellow English people? We do get accused of speaking too fast, gabbling. But I think I perfected my very, very eloquent English accent. Did Santella check for the invite in his notifications? Marcia, Althea said that one earlier on. Santella, go and check your notifications. The little bell, we spoke about it earlier. Do try. Hee hee. Did you invite him before you started? No, Marcia, I didn't. I was a good girl. We've been doing this all afternoon, my lovely. Honestly, we have. Sarah, does he have his phone the right way? Does he have his phone the right way round? Is he trying to join from the house phone? No, don't be cheeky. Sorry. Can you imagine him with his house? That's so funny. That's so funny. Sorry, that's really tickled me. I'm going to ask him when he comes on. Sorry, that is really funny. I laugh at the silliest, simplest of things. Robert Brooker, you can't turn it on. The chat availability green dot. What? You can turn it on. The chat availability green dot here on the chat window and in Messenger. Right, Santella, you've heard it. You can turn it on. As soon as you turn it on, I can invite you in. Has he unlocked his screen? Cha. Hold on. What's my new saying that you taught me? KMT. Cha. I love that one. That's a private joke. You'll have to go back to the earlier live to get that one. But once you go back to the earlier live and you get it, you'll all be going around saying KMT. KMT. It's a wicked one. Right. Marcia, do you know what KMT is? I know. Oh my word. She said, oh my word, get to Miami, girl. I want to go to Miami. That is one of my dreams, actually, to go to Miami. So I just need to keep focusing on it because It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm going to be coming to you live from Miami, from the Strip. Annie's here, the Gratitude Queen. Got it going on. Yeah. Thank you for that. Oh, party capital of the world. Oh, I'm not that type of girl. You've got me so wrong. Mohammed. Helen Scasbrook. Hello, Helen Scasbrook. Long time no here. We are actually here for a purpose. We're not just randomly talking. We're waiting for Santella the fella, my little Nutella friend, to come on, but he's not working it out yet. Actually, let me go and check, see if he's already waiting for me to invite him in. Hold on, let's have a look. No, the invitation has still been sent. Chrissy Duke, long time no see. Chrissy, how are you? How are the dogs? How's the lovely mansion in the country? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Santella's back. He's checked. Nothing. Any more ideas, people? Nothing in the notifications. Did we actually get to speak to each other this afternoon, Santella? I can't remember. We were trying for so long, weren't we? This is a comment that Santella's just made, and I have to say it exactly as he has expressed it, right? So forgive me, this is not my terminology, it's Santella's, yeah? He said, idiot question. That's just what he said. That was funny, thank you. Santella, how comes I can see you there? I just need to see you up here in the box. Why? Do you have an eye? Yeah, question from Robert, Santella. Do you have an iPad? Do you have an iPad? Come on, Santella. That will work. He said that will work. If you do this, Santella, if you overcome this obstacle, you are going to be a star, because there are people here, they've got their questions waiting. It's almost like they're waiting for Robert De Niro, because you have all the answers for that they need this evening. Come on, you can do this. Sarah Bell said it wouldn't work for us last night unless we had our phone portrait. Really? Really? Okay, so did you hear that one, Santella? You apparently should try using your phone portrait, not the house phone. Yeah. I know, that was so funny. Anyway, I really need to plan my life. Any more? KM. Oh, all right, Marcia. All right. So you were brought up in a West Indian household. You got that one. I didn't get it. I learnt it today. I thought it was wicked. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to give you a new piece of urban diction. Yes? A new piece of urban diction. If someone says to you, KMT, it actually means kiss my teat. I only learnt that today. I think it's hilarious because I can just say it and a lot of people won't know what I'm talking about. Althea taught me. Marcia already knew. I'm obviously a few shades not getting it. But now I've got it. Who's calling me? I'll bet that's Santella the fella. Santella, I can't answer you, babe, because you missed a call from Santella. He's trying so hard to not talk to you. He tried to talk to me while I was I have to join using my iPad mini too. My brand of phone is poo-pooed by the US. Poo-pooed. Don't get that cheap rubbish, Robert. You stick with your iPad. Naomio. Hi, Naomio. Robert's replying to Marcia. There was a certain joy present when I discovered what doing this meant in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at Robert getting all ethnic. He knew how to do it, yeah? I'd like to see your kiss my tea. I would. I'd love to. Robert says, or an Android tablet. Sarah says, yep, and then had to turn it round to accept the request. Wow, why is this so hard? Why is Facebook making us jump through hoops to get a little bit of communication going on? There would often be the result of screen rotation. Right, Santella, check your phone is not locked, please. Check your phone is not locked. So you do that by swiping up. You'll see a circle with an arrow and it will say screen locked. Take your lock off. I'm going to send you an invitation again. Come out and come in, and then you can accept it portrait and then turn it sideways. That's what you've got to try and do. That's what everybody up here is saying. Althea's low. No iPad. Don't worry about the iPad. Just go with the phone. Check your phone. Is it a nice phone? A Hiwoo Pro 2? No, we're not worried about that. We're not worried about that, Robert. Anyway, what I noticed was no one was coming back to me about any limiting language that you've been using that you're now going to eradicate. So how can I challenge my limiting language? Althea, stop it. I've got to drink some of my water, honestly. Althea says, how are we going to get a little bit of Nutella from Santella the fella on the teller? So funny. So, let's just make sure we've got a little bit of content this evening so that you can go around thinking, I've learnt something this evening. I know I was waiting around for Santella. There will be another opportunity, because that's the thing. We agreed a backup plan this evening. Me and Santella did at 5 o'clock when we were trying to do this earlier. We agreed that if we weren't able to get him on this evening, we are going to meet. We are going to have a tryst at the Holiday Inn, halfway between Blackmore, where I live, and Luton, where he lives. We're going to have a tryst in the middle, and I'm actually going to take my phone there. I've got a tripod stand, and we're going to meet in the middle and just have the interview there. And I think this is what I might have to start doing, because I keep having... Oh, and look, Sarah's up there. I've got to go to her house as well to have the interview with Ben, because Ben was not happy that he didn't go on yesterday. Oh, not happy at all. He had his suit on, he had his PA there, he was ready to give out autographs. He was not happy. And I'm just going to tell you this quickly, because I did tell it last night, but it just made me laugh so much. When Ben was here having his last session yesterday, my phone kept going off. It kept ringing and ringing and ringing. And he was saying to me, Anne-Marie, your phone's ringing. You need to answer it. I said, no, Ben's 6. I said, no, Ben, there's no one here more important than you this evening. He said, okay. We carried on working. It kept ringing again. And he said, Anne-Marie, your phone's still ringing. And I said, yeah, I know, Ben, but there's no one here more important than you this evening. And he said, but what if it's one of my fans trying to get through for my Facebook Live? He said that to me. Oh, me and Sarah, we burst out laughing. You know what? She did say to me, maybe I'm going to have to turn down that uber confidence that I've given him. And this is not the first time that someone's actually said that to me. Because my own son, he won't want me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. When he finished primary school and moved into secondary school, I gave him hypnotherapy sessions on confidence, because he was not very confident. And, oh my gosh, do I wish that I'd have turned that down a bit, because he's now, very, very confident. And, I didn't realise that there were levels of confidence that you should think about when you're doing hypnotherapy. I just went and gave it all, the whole lot, shebang. But what I realised now is there has to be levels, and you have to put it in context as to where they can be confident. Like, not confident in the home, do as you're told. Just confident at school when it comes to doing your lessons and putting your hand up. That's what I'm going to have to build into that session. Sorry about that, Sarah. Because, Ben is king of the house now. It's cute, though. I love it. Imagine how empowered he'll be when he goes to secondary school, though. I know, little Ben isn't he? Do you know, Althea, there is a superstar in the family that actually goes to acting school, which is Harry. Harry's always been super excellent at everything. And Ben was so shy. He was so much in Harry's shadow a little bit. I don't know if they're still watching, but that's not the case anymore. Ben has risen like a warrior, and he's there. You'd almost think he was older than Harry now. Let's just let's have some comments. We've got Althea saying little Ben is brilliant. Yes, he is. Robert saying, I know the carriers were complaining about the over-the-air updates of the customised versions of Android phones. I can imagine. Sarah says, she's replying to Althea, she said he was so disappointed that night, bless him. And he was disappointed. He looks fantastic. Oh, thank you, Sarah. They're in bed because I can't speak out of turn, because if I speak out of turn, those children will hunt me down. And you didn't even get to see Amy. She looked so gorgeous. She had this beautiful little red dress on. She looked absolutely stunning. You have children that you can be absolutely grateful for. But do you know what I say to Sarah? You cannot have excellent, amazing children if you're not an amazing, excellent parent. So take that, girl. Take that. CJ Watson. Hello, CJ Watson. How's your lovely wife this evening? And how are you? Long time no see. I'm sure I'll see you at this Christmas shindig, of which I'm taking my very good friend Alexa. She's not here this evening. I think she's working. Let's have a look. Who else is... Okay. I suspect this will be taken up as a challenge by the dark forces in school. To what are we referring to, Robert? Wow. So... it doesn't look like we're going to get Santella the fella here this evening. They are counting down the days to your visit. Oh, they make me feel like Father Christmas. Sarah's children do. Thank you. I'm very, very proud. Isn't that all we hope for, that our children will recognise the sacrifice, and they are sacrifices. As soon as you have children, you need to recognise that your needs, your wants, your desires actually become secondary. And I think if a lot more people recognise that children are not an accessory, but actually they are the priority, the world would be a much better place. You know, and I think it does. A generation was encouraged to, you know, have children to carry on their legacy. But actually children are totally independent and little people all by themselves, and we have a duty to allow them to express themselves and be themselves and not fit in with what we want them to be. And I think only this generation is about really empowering children to stand up and be different, and not to follow in the footsteps of their parents, and not to go into the family business and all that sort of stuff, because that's what our generation, my generation, certainly was brought up to be led by what was expected of you, rather than actually really celebrating your differences. So it's wonderful that we can do that now. Robert says, indeed, to recognise excellence in another, one must first possess it. That's very sweet, Robert. You caught me by surprise there. Thank you. That's really, really sweet. Thank you very much. So with our last 10 minutes, we've got 10 minutes left, because have you noticed I'm really trying to be on time with my lives now? And it's so lovely when I get to speak to you all, because you really realise that you're sharing something valuable, and the fact that you interact with me shows me that there is value in what I do and what I give to you. And, you know, as a life coach, but also as a clinical hypnotherapist, but as a parent as well, when you're having conversations like this, you realise that actually we can all learn from each other. And sometimes the things you tell me, I go away and I discuss it with the children and say, I had this a piece of advice this evening, and they'll say, oh yeah, that makes sense, because I don't have all the answers. I didn't have parents. I didn't have somebody handing down their information to me. So I wasn't, you know what? It's actually great. I don't have to conform to anybody's idea of excellence. I actually create who I am and what I want to do. Robert says, running over time often produces some of the most memorable moments. Indeed, indeed, indeed. But yeah, but sometimes we were going to 1 hour 20, and I think that really we just need to get together in person. That's what I really, really believe. And there will be an opportunity to do that at some point. Absolutely. So we talked about limiting language. And we talked about, let me just give you some tips on how you can start to challenge your limiting language. One of those ways that you can start to really, really recognise that limiting language is, if you have your phone, why don't you try for one day recording all of your conversations that you have. Good evening, Paul. Nice to see you. Lixie, I knew you were there even before you waved. Why don't you try recording your conversations? You would be surprised at how much limiting language that you use in your everyday speak. Remember, what goes out of your mouth goes straight into your ears. And whether it's affirmations and positive language, or whether it's self-defeating and limiting language, you're going to be listening to it. You're almost hypnotizing yourself with the language that you use. So if you're constantly using words like try, but, should, I have to, then you're constantly putting yourself down and not giving yourself an opportunity to succeed. There's so much, you know. Also, as I said earlier on, is when you stop using self-limiting language, you actually take accountability and responsibility for who you want to become, and that's really, really empowering. We looked at the limiting language. We looked at how we can use self-talk to. Another one. I don't know about you. How many of you watch the news these days? How many of you actually watch the news? Do you know I don't watch the news anymore at all? Because I don't know if you believe in the laws of attraction, and what you watch and what you focus on is what you attract to you. I actually don't watch the news anymore at all. And I've noticed that my life is a lot lighter. And I noticed that I'm more positive and focused in what I think about and what I talk about. Because if you see something really terrible on the news and you're ringing somebody up and say, oh my gosh, did you see what happened? You're just perpetuating, generating more of the same. Did you realise that? When you're talking about good things and using positive language, you're perpetuating more of the same and making the world a better, happier place. Did you realise that? Yeah, that is actually a truth. One of the most powerful changes I made in terms of you stopping using limiting language. Do you know one of the most powerful things I did? I stopped gossiping. And I realised, you know, I'm not casting aspersions on anybody, and I would love to think that everybody up there already knows this. But what I can tell you is, if you don't recognise, if you're having lots of conversations about what this one does and what that one does, and oh my gosh, she didn't do that very well, and oh God, you heard about her, right? You're only recognising the faults in others, what you actually own yourself. And the less you recognise them, the less you talk about them, the less you give credence to them, the easier. Look, Marcia says she stopped watching the news too. And so does Althea. She says, I agree. I try to avoid the news or filter out the negative. Absolutely. Because we want to draw more positivity and more good things into our life. And we can only do that by what we give out. And the same again with gossiping. If you go around talking badly about people, you can be guaranteed people are going around talking badly about you. The more good stuff you say about people, the more good stuff people are going to be saying about you. And more importantly, when you stop gossiping, you'll find that you stop having those people that want to gossip with you. People can't talk to you about, if you're having a conversation with someone and they start talking really negative, you must have those people around you. Maybe you've eradicated all of them. But if you have those negative people around you that are just down, putting people down all the time, if you just stop talking to them, and I mean like this, just stop the conversation and just go, well, I haven't experienced that. And you just cut the conversation short, it actually makes them feel awkward and they can't perpetuate the conversation anymore. And in that way, people stop speaking negatively about people to you because they realise that you're not compliant. And when they stop talking like that, you don't have to hear it anymore. And then what you'll find is you'll start to attract people that speak positively about everything. And we know that, don't we? Look at every single one of you up there. Sarah's a lovely person to have conversation with. She's always looking at the positive in her family and her friends and the people around her. Althea, you're the same. Marcia, I'm blessed to have you in my life. Robert and Josine, Paul, every single one of those people up there is always all about empowerment and looking at the best that they can see in people. And there you go. I've just perpetuated exactly what I've spoken about. Speak positively, attract positivity. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that wonderful? I hope that you all look at the circle that you have around you and you have exactly the same around you, because you know you are made up, or you are reflecting the 5 closest people around you. Are they all positive? Are they all developmental? Are they all enhancing? If they are, fantastic, you're on your way up. If any one of those people you're carrying with negativity and down talk, then get rid and don't even think twice, because you don't need that in your life. You don't need to be pulled down, you need to be pushed up. Speaking things into existence. Amen, Robert. You spoke it right there. It's much posher than what I could have said it, but that's exactly what we're doing. We're speaking things into existence. We speak good things, we get good things. Good evening, Leslie. How lovely that you could join us. We're just about wrapping up now because we've got 6 minutes to go. But any more positive messages that you can post for your brothers and sisters on here, I love it. And in summary, what have we done tonight? We've eliminated that negative self-talk. We realise that we have to boost ourselves up by keeping positive people around us, by speaking positively, cutting out the gossip, cutting out the negative language. It's been absolutely empowering speaking and engaging and interacting with you all tonight. I really am blessed to have you. I really am blessed that you join us. Next week, I hope we can sort out this Facebook situation. I've got Dr. Manjeet Kaur coming on next week. She's a health nutritionist and she's very, very stunning. Who else have I got next week? No, I don't. There you go. Sarah says, I don't have anyone around me like that. It's all too depressing. She doesn't need it. As do we all feel the same. Thank you, Sarah. Who else have I got next week? Oh, did I tell you I'm going to Adam's house to do that live? I'm going to Santella's house to do that live too. I'm going to Sarah's house to do... I'm going to be out of the house a lot next week. I've got a lot of things coming up next week. I might just tell you, which I'm going to be posting. I've got the fantastic evening I'm going to spend with Althea, with Robert De Niro. Can't wait. I'm going up to Wembley for 2 days next week. I'm going to find out about copywriting. How many of you struggle with writing your copy and getting your message across in a positive way? Many of us. I'm going to find out about that. I'm going to do 2 whole days of studying of copywriting. What else am I doing? I'm meeting with a PR lady tomorrow. I've told you about the books that I'm writing, the Hypno Hero books. I'm meeting a lady who does PR, and she's going to try and get me on television to talk about that. Won't that be wonderful? Really exciting. I think that's the most exciting things I'm doing next week. What are you up to for the week? What are you looking forward to? What are you focusing on to move you forward? Small acts every day towards your goal will get you where you need to be. So start thinking about the small things that you can change, that you can put in place, that will move you forward on your journey. If you need any support in that, if you're looking for a life coach to challenge you, to really challenge you to be the very best version of you, here I am. Come and take me. And apart from that, I'll be back next Sunday at 7 and next Monday at 8. And God bless you all. Thank you for sharing and spending this precious time with me. I really appreciate it. Have a fantastic week. You are all welcome and blessed. Good night.